purely imaginary and not affiliated with BTS or Big Hit Entertainment, for entertainment purpose only. Taehyung had always been the quiet one, with his soft features and delicate frame. People often described him as shy, sweet, and endearing innocent qualities he never tried to change. He preferred blending into the background, spending his times evenings touching by windows or listening to soft musings. The bustling choice of nightlife was whirled away from the cozy corner he called. So, when his friends suggested a night out at a trendy club downtown, Taehyung's immediate response was a firm no. But his friends, relentless in their pursuit of adventures, had other plans. You need to live a little, his best friend Jisoo said, as she pulled out Taehyung's most cloud-appropriate outfit, which turned out to be slightly less oversized sweater than usual. One night, no harm, no foul. Taehyung signed but eventually gave in, as he often did. That's how he found himself standing at the edge of pulsing neon-lit dance floor. The music so loud it felt like it was hammering against his chest. He tugged nervously at the hem of his sweater, trying to sink into himself. I should not be here, he murmured under his breath. Relax, Jisoo said, placing a colorful drink in his hand. Here, this will help. It's just juice. Taehyung eyed the glass suspiciously. Juice? Totally. Jisoo grinned, then disappeared into the crowd before Taehyung could protest. The drink tasted sweet fruity with just a hint of something sharp. Taehyung slipped cautiously at first, but soon found the warmth spreading to his chest, strangely comforting. The pulsing light did not feel as jarring anymore, and the crowd seemed less overwhelming. He was halfway through his second drink when he felt a tap on his shoulder. Enjoying yourself? The voice was smooth, deep, and impossibly close. Taehyung turned and froze. The man standing before him was striking. His dark eyes gleamed under the club's flashing light, framed by lashes so thick it was almost unfair. Tattoos peeked up under the rolled sleeves of his black shirt, and the silver glint of a lip ring added an edge to his smirk. Taehyung stammered, clutching his glass tighter. The man's smirk widened, amused by Taehyung's nervousness. Did not mean to scare you. He leaned casually against the bar, his presence effortlessly as it was commanding. I am Jungkook. Taehyung hesitated. Something about Jungkook's grace felt magnetic, like it pinned him in place. Taehyung, he finally replied, barely above a whisper. Taehyung, Jungkook repeated, testing the name on his tongue. His voice dipped lower, making it sound like a secret. Pretty name for a pretty face. Taehyung's cheeks burned. He wasn't used to this kind of attention, least of all someone like Jungkook, whose confidence seemed to radiate effortlessly. First time here, Jungkook asked, his tone teasing but not unkind. Taehyung nodded, his finger tightening around his drink. Yeah, my friends dragged me along. Lucky me then. Jungkook's eyes sparkled with mischief as he gestured towards Taehyung's drink. You know that's not just juice, right? Taehyung's eyes widened in horror. It's not? Jungkook chuckled. That sound rich and warm. Definitely not. But don't worry, Angel. I'll keep an eye on you. Taehyung was not sure how it happened, but the next thing he knew, Jungkook was pulling him towards the dance floor. I don't really dance, Taehyung said nervously, his feet already moving to follow Jungkook's lead. Good thing I do, Jungkook replied, his hand resting lightly on Taehyung's wrist. The world around them blurred. The crowd pressed in, but Taehyung only felt Jungkook, his firm grip guiding him. The way their body seemed to sync effortlessly with the music. The alcohol in his system loosened its inhibitions, and for the first time that night, Taehyung let himself go. You're good at this, Jungkook murmured, his lips close to Taehyung's ear. I'm not, Taehyung said, laughing softly. His cheeks were flushed, his heart racing for reasons he could not entirely blame on the music. Better than you think, Jungkook said, his voice dripping, his gaze fixed on Taehyung's lips. You're full of surprises, aren't you? Before Taehyung could respond, Jungkook's hand slipped up from his vest to the small of his back, pulling him closer. The air between them grew heavy, charged. Taehyung's breath hitched as Jungkook leaned in, his lips brushing against Taehyung in a slow, deliberate kiss. It was soft at first, exploratory, but it deepened quickly. Jungkook's hand cupped Taehyung's jaw, tilting his face to fit their mouths together perfectly. Taehyung felt like his knees might give up, and he clung to Jungkook's shoulder for balance, his fingers curling into the fabric of his shirt. His kiss ended far too soon, leaving Taehyung breathless and dazed. Let's get some hair, Jungkook said, his voice lower now, almost husky. The cool night air was stark contrast to the heat of the club, and Taehyung shivered slightly as they stepped outside. Jungkook sheared off his jacket and wrapped it over Taehyung's shoulder. Without a word, better, he asked, his hands brushing against Taehyung's. Taehyung nodded, pulling the jacket tighter around himself. I don't usually do things like this. Jungkook smiled, softer this time. I know there was something about the way he said it, like he had already figured out in the short time they did know each other. It was disarming, and Taehyung found himself looking away, his cheeks flushing. Jungkook stepped closer, his hand tilting Taehyung's chin up gently. Hey, he murmured, his gaze searching. Don't overthink it. I can't help it, Taehyung whispered. Jungkook chuckled softly, his thumb brushing against Taehyung's jawline. You're adorable. And just like that, the tension between them snapped. Taehyung leaned forward, closing the small distance between them, their lips meeting again in a kiss that was more urgent this time, more certain. The rest of the night passed in blur, whispers, kisses, and the feeling of Jungkook's hand in his as they left together. Taehyung was not sure how or when they ended up in Jungkook's apartment, but the chemistry between them burned hotter than ever, leaving no room for doubt or hesitation. Every kiss, every touch was a confession, a promise that neither could put into words but felt in their way their heart raced as one, as the night passed with the morning sounds. The next morning, Taehyung woke up to an unfamiliar sheet and the faint scent of caution. His heart raced as he pieced together the fragments of night before. He sat up quickly, clutching the bucket to his. Just as he was about to slip away, the door opened and Jungkook stepped in, holding 2 mugs of coffee and wearing a lazy, satisfied grin. Morning, Angel, Jungkook said, his voice still thick with sleep. Taehyung froze. I should go. Sure, Jungkook replied, setting the coffee down on the nightstand. But something tells me we will see each other again. 2 weeks later, when his parents introduced him to his fiancée, Taehyung's heart dropped. John Jungkook, his father said, gesturing proudly. Jungkook turned, his eyes lighting up in recognition. That smirk, the one that haunted Taehyung's dreams, spread across his face. Angel, Jungkook murmured, his tone teasing and undeniably familiar. Guess the fate had bigger plans for us. Jungkook's voice dropped to a deep teasing murmur as his fingers gently traced Taehyung's flushed cheek. I must be the luckiest man alive, he said, his gaze smoldering. To hear those irresistible sounds of yours and to hold you, to devour every inch of you, every single night. Taehyung's breath hitched, his face heating up as the words sank in. He bit his lips, unable to meet Jungkook's intent grace, his blush deepening with every passing second. Jungkook, you can't say things like that, he stammered, his shy voice only made Jungkook's smirk widen. But it's true, Jungkook whispered, leaning in close enough for their foreheads to touch. And I'd say it 1,000 times just to see you blush like this. The end. Watch, like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Lovelies.
Oh.